I'm doing this video on a Chicago cover-up where a dirty district attorney covered up evidence and lied regarding evidence in a case where police officers illegally killed a black citizen. And I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'm going to tie it into DA McGinty and how he handled the Tamar Rice case.
Time for headlines. More drama in Chicago. The city's top attorney at the center of a fatal police shooting conspiracy has quit. This after a federal judge ruled attorney Jordan Marsh concealed evidence critical to the 2011 Darius Pinex case by failing to turn over a dispatch recording and lying about why. With the new ruling comes the reversal of the jury's verdict and an order for a new trial. The case went to civil trial last year, where jurors found two officers justified in fatally shooting Pinex. The father of three was killed on January 7, 2011 during a traffic stop. The cops involved in the shooting claimed that he refused their orders to exit his car and nearly ran them over trying to drive away. I want to introduce our panel right now. And so this is stunning to me. We have Shermichael along with Victoria Burke. We have, of course, David Swirling. Okay, another example. This is a lawyer who resigns. This is a lawyer who should be disbarred. To be the city's top attorney, you lied and concealed evidence. That lawyer should lose his bar license.
Yeah, I mean, we're in these cases where all the cases you've talked about today and on other days, Roland, the thread that goes through many of them is this idea that, look, DAs and lawyers and mayors don't control what happens on the street, but they do control what happens after there's an incident. So the fact that these things are being mishandled after the fact is on them. They can't control what police officers do, but they can control how they address it.
So this is an attorney trying to hide evidence, lying about it, protecting the officers, so damn the citizens.
Yeah, no, and this attorney, and I think the judge said in one of his statements that I understand that sometimes the newer attorneys can be under a lot of pressure. This guy's been there for about, I think, 19 or 20 years, and so he has experience with this process, with this.
Oh no, that's the problem.
No, right? No, I agree. So there is no excuse, and I think his answer or response was something to the extent that, well, I wasn't sure if the evidence was worth me revealing, which I thought was a very interesting and questionable response. But these instances cost the taxpayers, Roland, a lot of money, and we already know that Chicago is already a cash-strapped city, and so thus far, I believe this year alone, the city has paid out, I think, over $10 million in settlements and court cost fees. So we got to address this issue.
But the cop charged with the shooting death of Walter Scott as a free man will at least.
Now, on this particular case, the first gentleman stated that obviously you can't control the police, but the prosecutors do control the process after the event occurs. Now, I will submit to you that DA McGinty in the Tamar Rice case also controlled the process. Not only did he control the process, but he actually created evidence to use in behalf of the two officers that murdered that boy. Now, if this doesn't further highlight how the system is totally flawed and basically levied against black people in the process, whereas white police officers, the thumb is on the scales totally in their favor, I don't know what does. There needs to be an investigation of McGinty, and he needs to be called to account for all of his actions within the case. A new special prosecutor should be appointed to take a second look at this case, and I'm sure with an unbiased eye would choose to charge both those officers. Now, whether they are convicted or not, who can say, because 12 people in a jury can basically do whatever they want. But if the case is presented properly, I'm sure there's more than enough evidence in order to convict.